Hello students, in the previous class we have discussed about the concept of education, meaning of education and the derivation of the word education, and lastly we have already discussed about the importance of education. In this class we are going to discuss about the objectives of education. In the broad sense, you could be able to say education has four objectives. First one, to attain self-realization. Second one, to establish good human relations. Third one, to have economic self-sufficiency. Lastly, to create responsible citizens. Let us look one by one. First one, to attain self-realization. Self-realization is nothing but understanding one's own capacities, skills, weaknesses, etc. And what is the intention of our life in the world? How we are going to perform the assigned work in our own manner. These are the things we could be able to understand in the self-realization. Second one is, as we already know, human beings are social animals. They have to live in groups only. If you want to live in groups, we have to understand the relationship between one another. The second objective of the education is to establish good human relationship among the people, those who are living in the society or in groups. Third one, to have economic self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency is nothing but we have to rely on ourselves. We are not supposed to depend on anybody in any manner. Education is indirectly contribute to develop a nation in its own manner. It's create a skilled labor and the knowledge group or knowledge people. They may contribute in the economic development of the nation. Lastly, to create responsible citizens. Last but not least, one of the most important objective of the education is to create responsible citizens, those who are moved to the nation building. These are the main objectives of education. Let us look one by one in detail. To attain self-realization is nothing but getting knowledge, getting all competence in, expressing own ideas, what the thought will comes in one's own mind. They have to have freeness to express in their ideas, perceptions, views, etc. Lastly, developing aesthetic sense. We have to appreciate the culture and the customs, traditions and the art which we are able to appreciate. These are the main things in first objective to attain self-realization. Second one is to establish good human relations. As we already discussed about these things, man is a social animal. If you want to live in groups, we have to understand the human relations. How we are going to understand or establish a good human relations? By establishing successful friendships, desire for cooperation, live and let to live, developing good behavior. Good behavior will attract the persons to have a good rapport between themselves. Lastly, establishing mutual good relationships. Give and take is the main basis for establishing any good relationships. The third one is to have economic self-sufficiency. Efficient training in one's own field. If you want to have or acquire new knowledge, accumulate new skills, we have to take training in one's own field. Knowledge is different occasion. We have to possess different areas of working, by undergoing a better training process through the education, accelerating the process of development. If we have any skills, strengths, potentiality which will improve our proficiency and professionalism, it indirectly accelerates the process of development. Then lastly, to creating scientific and technical manpower. The above said points will clearly says that after having training in one's field, knowledge of different vocations and accelerating the process of development, it's creating a scientific and technical manpower. Human resource will be created by education process, proper education process. In the last sense, to create responsible citizens, establishing faith in social justice. We are living in a society, we have to have a sense of equality besides all the exploitation, discrimination, etc. The main intention of education is to establishing faith in social justice, and we have to tolerate our fellow mates, those who are living with ourselves in the society, liberty and tolerance. Third one, creating faith on democracy. Democracy is nothing but decentralization of power with all the sects of the society. If we have undergone with the proper education process, we are automatically develop a faith in democracy. Lastly, develop the ability of empathy. Being a best educated or literate person, we have to have a empathetic sense towards the persons, those who are living in downtrodden situations or oppressed situation. These are the main things we could be able to say the objectives of educations. ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಇವತ್ತಿನ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಬಹುಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ಕುರಿತು ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು 4 ವಿಭಾಗಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ವಿಂಗಡಿಸಬಹುದು. ಮೊದಲನೆಯದು, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅರಿತುಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತಹ ವಿಧಾನ ಹೇಗೆ. ಎರಡನೆಯದು, ನಾವು ಉತ್ತಮ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳನ್ನು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು ಹೇಗೆ. ಮೂರನೆಯದು, ನಾವು ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ವಾವಲಂಬನೆ ಸಾಧಿಸುವಂಥ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಮತ್ತು ನಾಲ್ಕನೆಯದು, ಹೇಗೆ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯುತ ನಾಗರಿಕರಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಹೊಂದಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಬಹುಮುಖ್ಯ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳಾಗಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತದೆ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಮೊದಲನೇದು, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು, ನಮ್ಮ ಬಲಹೀನತೆಗಳನ್ನು ತುಂಬಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಅದರ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾವು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಾಗಿ ಬದುಕುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಮನುಷ್ಯರಾಗಿ ಬದುಕುವುದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ನಾವು ವಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರುವಂಥ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಮನುಷ್ಯರ ಜೊತೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು ಹೇಗೆ, ಸುಸಂಬದ್ಧವಾದಂಥ ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು ಹೇಗೆ, ಸ್ನೇಹಪರತೆಯನ್ನು ಕೂಡಿರುವುದು ಹೇಗೆ, ಸೌಹಾರ್ದತೆಯನ್ನು ಬದುಕುವುದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ, ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕ ಮತ್ತು ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗೆ ತನ್ನದೇ ಆದಂತಹ ಪರೋಕ್ಷ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ನೀಡುತ್ತೆ. ಕೊನೆಯದಾಗಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಅಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ರೂಢಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಂಥ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಸುಶಿಕ್ಷಿತನಾಗಿ ಹೊರಬಂದ ನಂತರ ಅವನೊಬ್ಬ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯುತ ನಾಗರಿಕನಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಜಾಸತ್ತಾತ್ಮಕ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ತನ್ನದನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಸಹಮತದಿಂದ ಜೀವಿಸುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ನಂಬಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅದರ ಮೂಲಕ ದೇಶದ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣದ ಕಾರ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನದೇ ಆದ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ನೀಡುವುದು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಬಹುಮುಖ್ಯ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಗುರುತಿಸಬಹುದು. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಮುಂದಿನ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಇನ್ನಿತರ ಅಂಶಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.